Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. We have three very interesting news to render. One has to do with the fact that finally Bola Ahmed Tinubu has invited Peter Obi to his inauguration. To Bola Ahmed Tinubu's inauguration. My God, it's generated a lot of reaction, and of course, we also have another interesting one where many prominent Nigerians are calling out Namani. Chimaro Naman is saying, talking about the issue that even if Peter Obi will withdraw his petition, what about the issue of Ahmed Lawa's case and how it is playing out in the polity of Nigeria, and where they themselves, policymakers, are also stopping and distorting the whole progress of this country. A lot of disheartening things, I must say. Then the third one of the strong lawyers who are also in the whole petition are now giving feelers, telling Nigerians exactly what to expect. He said many Nigerians will definitely return. He said many winners of these past elections will definitely return INEC certifications back to INEC, to the original owners, based on strong evidences before them. This is getting interesting. All of these three news we're going to wrap into one. But before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You set bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Well, the Presidential Inauguration Committee have sent Peter Obi invite to Tinubu's inauguration. Nigeria approaches May 29, 2023, when Bola Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress will be sworn in as president. The Presidential Inauguration Committee has invited Peter Obi to the event. It was reported that the invitation letter for Obi of the Labour Party, who came third in the presidential election of February 25th behind Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, according to the Independent National Electoral Commission, Tinubu scored 8,794,726 votes. Atiku had 6,984,520 votes, and Obi polled 6,101,533 votes. And of course, many other people are reacting to this. But before we go into the reactions, let's also look at the second news headline very quickly. Well, according to the news, a respected public affairs analyst, Jide Ojo, has raised vital questions regarding former Governor Chimaro Namani's advice to the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi to withdraw his tribunal petition for the sake of the Igbos. In his interview, Ojo explained how the issue of Ahmed Lawan and Machina could affect Namani's advice. Addressing the topic, Ojo said, and I quote him, Peter Obi is not duty bound to accept Namani's advice. I recall how the so-called mandate of Ahmed Lawan was restored by the Supreme Court. After losing at the Court of Appeals, Lawan said he would not contest the decision of the court. He was okay with it. He was ready to go ahead, not to have any seats in the Senate. But however, APC decided to go to the Supreme Court over the same issue to challenge Machina over Jobe's North Senatorial District ticket. He added that what I'm trying to say is that even if Peter Obi decides to withdraw his election petition today for the sake of Igbo people, as Nnamani advised, will Labour Party also agree to do the same? The Labour Party also has a council at the Electoral Tribunal, the same way Peter Obi, the candidate, does. The Labour Party may decide to continue the case to a logical conclusion. But even this now, you have seen what our Papa is doing. The factional leader trying to distort so many things. Our Papa should really look at, hey, this is just not about Labour Party, it's about Nigeria. Nigerians, a lot of youth are involved in this matter. He should tread very carefully, if you ask me. Well, in the third news, which is quite very interesting, which seem to be giving a lot of hope to many Nigerians who believe that their vote doesn't really count if all the people they voted for were not declared winners. Well, according to human rights activist Festus Ogun, has predicted many certificates of return issued after the February 25th and March 18 polls in Nigeria will be handed back. In an interview on some few hours ago, the legal practitioner advised successful candidates not to get too comfortable. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has been accused of delivering controversial conduct despite receiving billions of naira for preparation. The umpire sins, quote unquote, include the malfunction of bimodal voter accreditation system (BVAS) and the failure to promptly update the INEC result viewing portal (RF). Ogun noted that the failure on the part of INEC to conduct a free, fair, transparent and credible exercise has brought about hundreds of cases across the country. The lawyer, however, expressed confidence about a shocker that awaits a number of winners that will be sworn in on May 29 and in June. That's federal and state lawmakers. I'm involved in quite a number of election cases where I, alongside others, represent both petitioners and respondents. This gives me a broad view that even the supposed winners acknowledge that the electioneering process was flawed. Worryingly, some of INEC officials, including recs and returning officers, were not neutral. Lots of the certificates of return issued by INEC will be returned. I know as a matter of fact that there will be review of some of the outcomes, he said. On how to avoid a repeat of the irregularities witnessed during the elections, the principal partner of Festus Ogun Legal demands a system that makes the electoral body truly independent. This starts from the appointment of INEC leadership. The mode of appointment needs to be reviewed. The Adamawa experience shows clearly that some INEC officials are not neutral. These characters, with respect, are a misfit and a product of a system that allows rogue politicians to appoint their cronies into INEC key decision-making position, Ogu added. Section 132, subsection 7 and subsection 8 of the Electoral Act 2022 allows for petitions to be filed within 21 days after the declaration of results, while the respondents have 21 days to respond. The judges at the tribunals have 180 days to deliver judgment. Wow. And taking into account the April 15 supplementary election verdicts are expected between May and October 2023. Of course, many Nigerians have been reacting to this. The question is, the whole thing all depends on the judiciary. How neutral would it be? Of course, many Nigerians have, one or two Nigerians have decided to look for the sake of equity and transparency, for the sake of fair hearing, so that no one will be intimidated. They have asked for court injunction to stop the swearing of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But many Nigerians believe that that hearing may be postponed, they may keep on postponing that particular hearing till after May 29 and all that. But I honestly hope that the judiciary will see the urgency of that suit filed, that Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be kept on hold till these whole issues are addressed. And in the interim, let's just say a place that this has never really happened in our political scene before, at least not in democratic scene. Let's put in that conversation.